What's up, guys? Welcome to the reverse holographic video series. Today we're going to talk about Roman astrology again and fill in some details about elements, houses, and aspects. I decided to give you guys a few definitions and give you enough terms to understand the charts. I will discuss further in the series. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm KD, and this is my video series where we will learn something new every day. My goal is to inspire you to be great and educate yourselves. Today, we're talking about Roman astrology. Let's begin with the elements. Elements play a key role in astrology because they help us understand the energetic signature of each sign. There are 4 elements and 3 signs for each element. Earth signs are Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, and fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. The elements represent emotional and mental properties such as passion, focus, intuition, and practicality. On your natal chart, you will notice that you have several planets and signs. These can be calculated in order to determine what your dominant element is. Each sign carries an elemental frequency as well as each planet. For example, the sun is represented by fire and rules over the sign Leo, which is also represented by the element fire. Depending on how many of each sign you have in your chart, you will be able to determine which element you resonate with on a greater level. Alternatively, there are dominant sign calculators available for anyone that wishes to make use of them online. Let me know your results in the comments. Next, let me briefly go over each of the 12 zodiac houses and what they represent. Each zodiac house corresponds to all 12 of the zodiac houses, of all 12 of the zodiac signs, and they all have an elemental representation. They all also happen to have planets assigned to them as well. The houses represent areas in our lives that we must operate within. Let's begin the list with Aries, which rules over the first house, known as the house of life. This house is all about yourself. It is about individuality, your body, and your inner self. The second house is Taurus, which is the house of fortune, which rules over your finances. The third house is Gemini, which is the house of brothers, which is about communication. The fourth house is the house of the sign of Cancer, which is the house of parents, which has a lot to do with your relationship between you and your mom and dad. Your fifth house represents Leo, the house of children, which governs creativity and procreation. Next is the sixth house of health, represented by Virgo. The seventh house represents Libra, in the house of the wife. Scorpio is the eighth house, which is the house of death. The ninth house is Sagittarius, which is the house of journeys. Number 10, the 10th house is the house of royalty, which represents the sign of Capricorn. 11th is the house of friendship, represented by Aquarius. And finally, the 12th house belongs to Pisces, which is the house of prisons. If you guys want to know more about that, just look it up on Google because the information is everywhere. I got this particular information from Astrology.com this time. Next are aspects, which we glazed over yesterday. They represent the angles at which the planets are aligned on your birth chart. These angles are represented by symbols that signify the degree of angle between the planets. Conjunct means 0 degrees apart. Oppositions, which are 80 degrees apart. Oppositions are aspects which are 180 degrees apart, which is a straight line. Trine represents 120 degrees apart. Square is at 90 degrees. And sextile, which is at 60 degrees. The possibilities are astounding when it comes to the combinations you could find in someone's birth chart. But every relationship between the planets can be explained. For example, if you wanted to know, say for example, Jupiter and Saturn are opposed in your chart, so you'll be able to look up Jupiter oppose Saturn, and there will be an explanation for what that means. So, like I say, you guys can find this anywhere online. But you can find these anywhere. You can find them online, or you can find them at the library. It doesn't matter which one. They usually tend to break down your psychological tendencies, habits, and certain patterns in your attitude, um, which could be very useful when working on becoming your best self, assuming that you aren't discouraged by fractions and percentages and things like that. And you're not afraid of things like foreign chart structures, which they can be kind of hard to read, and I understand that. But just keep an open mind and try to learn something new about it. And just because they make it seem so cryptic in astrology doesn't mean that it has to be difficult. They just needed a way to put things, and now there's ways for us to understand literally every part of it. So guys, I think that's all I'm gonna talk about today. I hope you guys are enjoying the series so far, and if not, just send me a message or leave a comment with the request of what you guys want to talk about next. As always, you can reach me on IG at reverse_holographic. So send all your best wisdom there, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.